Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to what I have called Workplace Lessons from Your People Advocate. This will be a series of short videos that I have put together to share the lessons that I have learned in my career in order to help people to become successful in their workplace. A little bit about myself. My name is Helen Lebone, but you can call me Miss H. I have about 20 years work experience in human resources, having worked for different multinational organizations and in different industries. In these short videos, I will be covering a different topic every week. And the topic for today's video is humility and vulnerability. What place do they have in leadership? Please give me feedback on what I will be covering today. Does it resonate with you, or do you think that I am missing something? So humility and vulnerability are two important leadership attributes that I have seen some of the great leaders that I have come across or that I have seen displaying over the years. But they are also the same, attributes that I have seen, a good number of leaders grappling with, over the years. The first question to ask, perhaps as we enter into this topic, is can men display humility and vulnerability? Is it even desirable to do so, right? Especially if you take into account that, an attribute like vulnerability is not a traditional male trait. To be honest, over the years, I have seen both male and female leaders struggling with, these two leadership attributes. And I think in many ways, it depends on how we have been socialized as leaders. For some reason, we have been socialized to see something like vulnerability as a weakness, when in actual fact, it is the opposite of that. The truth is that, vulnerability and humility are at the core of what strength and courage are in leadership. So what is vulnerability? For me, vulnerability is, the courage to be able to take a risk, to put yourself out there, even when you don't have control on what the outcome is going to be. Humility, on the other hand, is having the strength to admit that even though I am the CEO of the organization, or even though I am the general manager of the organization, I don't have all the answers. And I need the help of each and every one of you for me to be successful, or for all of us to be successful. And in my experience, when done correctly, I have seen both these attributes drive the most amazing kind of loyalty and commitment in teams as well as in organizations. So perhaps let me give an example of what humility and vulnerability are in action, right? So picture this. You are a leader of an organization that is currently going through, a change process, or that is about to embark on a change process. You already know that, employees know about this impending change, or know about this change that is taking place. The rumor mill has already started taking shape, and already there is a lot of misinformation in the air. You as the leader yourself, you don't have all the answers, and you don't have, full information on the true nature and shape that this change is going to take. What do you do? One, do you let the rumor mill continue taking shape and risk demotivating everybody? Or do you take a risk, and go in front of your employees and tell them that which you know at that point in time. Of course, communicate what you are able to communicate publicly, and tell them that there's a lot that I still don't know, but the minute I know, I'll come back to you? Or do you wait for the day when you have 100% of all the answers to the questions that they have? A great leader that is able to display humility and vulnerability will take a risk and go in front of their people, the people who might be angry, who might be anxious, and who might be afraid. This leader will still be able to go in front of them and say, what I know today is A, B, and C. There is a lot that I still don't know, but the minute that I know, you will be the first one to know, and you will not hear it from the rumor mill, you will hear it from me. But between now and then, I need you. I need us to work as a team, to work together, because we still have an organization to run. That is not an easy message to communicate, but a leader that is able to be vulnerable as well as humble can do that in front of their organization or in front of their team. Sometimes, however, showing vulnerability and humility means having the strength not to broadcast all the dangers that are facing the organization. It means having the strength, to shoulder some of the burden of the truth. So that as a leader, you don't then go around sharing your anxiety and, giving people over information about just how bad things are, because that will only serve to burden your employees. And I don't think during a time like this, that's what you want to achieve. It could be said that vulnerability and humility have never been as important as they have become in the last 18 months or so with the pandemic, where, many leaders had to lead through the highest level of uncertainty, complexity, and volatility. Rick Warren once said something on this topic that really resonated with me, and he said, true humility is not thinking less of yourself, but it is thinking of yourself less. So in leadership, sometimes it can become tempting to be enamored with status, However, it is crucial that leaders, have the focus on their people and really focus on that which is, about the well-being of their people, and focus less on themselves, their statuses, and their egos. I have come to the end of the session. Once again, thank you so much for the pleasure of your time. Join me again next week, where I will be covering the topic of confidence versus arrogance in the workplace. Enjoy the rest of your day.